right, so I'm gonna finish out the video. I'm still waiting for my mind to change. So far, it hasn't. But still got about almost 30 minutes. Damn. All right.
Today, I wanted to really like go in about my experiences with the Black Camera and what has happened to me in Black Camera. The first thing I want to get into really is my escape. I've been hearing Gazi use this against me on the internet and try to say that I tried to attack him, yada yada yada. These are false. I will explain the whole situation here right now and my side and what happened to me.
I really don't like how the dates are not included, because did she address this when it was happening, or is she just addressing it now because of everything that happened? And a lot of these people ain't really saying anything. They're not saying anything that will point at him being a kidnapper and an abuser.
7:40 in the morning, I was waking up abruptly by Gazi Kozo, him screaming at me, saying that I need to get the fuck up out of the house and sit outside, and just no explanation. So, doing what my commander-in-chief said, I went outside with my phone, still in my night clothes, like haven't gone to the bathroom to wipe my face.
See, it's already bullshit, because she started this out with saying that she escaped. But no, you didn't escape. You was kicked the fuck out. So she wasn't held hostage and she had to sneak her way out and find a way out. She was kicked the fuck out. It's a difference. But if you started out with deceiving, because she want us to see her as a victim, that's why she used that word escape, made my escape. See, wow. And you know, this is really giving me set up, because every last person that talked so far is full of shit. So full of shit. The whole thing is full of shit. They haven't got one honest person with something, an actual complaint to say anything.
Anything, like I'm just sitting out there just scared, like just wondering what's going to happen to me. During that time, I'm getting removed out of chats, and a little bit later, SG at the time decided to tell me that they had been told by Gazi, instructed by Gazi to find me housing somewhere else.
Wow, bitch. So he was still willing to help find you housing? Because I'm gonna wait until she say the reason why he kicked her out, because I guaranteed if he talked about it, it would make sense. He probably had a valid reason to kick her out. But even though he was kicking her out, he still asked his people to find her somewhere else to stay. Wow.
When this happens, I totally snap, along with all the abuse in the cult house in ATL that I was taking, with just the lack of care of my housing, you playing with my housing, and I'm being abused daily by you. No,
How? Be specific, because you're saying some really... You full of shit. This girl is full of shit.
Was ready to go. And I went inside and started packing up my stuff to leave.
Oh, yeah, but you've been abused. But, you know, she feel real comfortable. You know, you was mad because you got kicked out. And you probably got kicked out because of some fuck shit, because just the way that you started this shit out. But you know, you claim that it's all this abuse and stuff like that, but she still felt comfortable with going back into the house, getting her stuff, you know. So this really take away the fact that she escaped like she said she did. Damn. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? Like, what the fuck?
While I'm packing up my stuff, Charlotte, Gazi's then defense personnel, came up to me and was trying to talk me into staying. I wasn't having it. I didn't want it. I didn't want no parts of it. I just wanted to get my stuff and go. When Gazi saw that Charlotte wasn't able to like talk me into staying, he proceeds to come down and starts screaming at me, saying how shitty I am and how I'm just gonna leave, da da this, da da that. And
Look, I could like see this, you know. I don't think the dude was really trying to convince her to stay. And I felt like Gazi came down on some, nah, fuck this motherfucker. She a traitor. She a this. And, you know, she doing it now. You know, I really feel like these people is just some haters, you know? Because, like, think about it like this. That girl that was in my inbox talking about how my reading traumatized her or some shit. And, you know, the reason I was upset because when I listened to the reading, it wasn't like how she remembered it. But if somebody else, another person, was to ask her, like, how was your reading with Onyx? She would explain me in the same manner that she explained me when she was writing me. And it was in a fucked up, delusional ass manner. That's why I'm so glad I had that tape. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have experiences with people and you nice to them and you honest with them and everything. But because of your light, your aura, like the person said before, they will project shit on you. They will look for something wrong with you and take no accountability, because none of these people yet to take any accountability or even speak about like the whole thing. Every time these people speak is real vague. Their story is not making sense with what they claiming he did, like the abuse, like her saying that she had to escape when she actually got kicked out. And she's not going to even talk about she got kicked out. She's just mad because she got caught. She mad because she got caught and he kicked her the fuck out. But instead of saying that, she came on here like a victim because she trying to kick him while he down. Well, I don't know when this video was made, but these people ain't shit. They
at
ain't
that
shit.
point, I am to my boiling point, because it's like, I don't want to talk. You playing with my house and you playing in.
Nah, see, and this don't make no fucking sense either. So you must have knew why you was getting kicked the fuck out, because it ain't no point. She was like, why are you kicking me out? Why are you putting me out? So you knew. This girl ain't shit.
My face, you playing in front of everybody else, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to go.
Bye.
He wasn't getting that point. He wasn't getting that point.
You a fucking lie. She a lie. She a lie. He got that point because he woke you up to kick you the fuck out. So he got the point. She trying to make it now seem like she was so valuable that they was begging her to stay. Wow. I'm telling you. You know what? I think organizations may not be the way to go. Because, damn, people really do this shit right now. It's hard to trust anybody right now because people don't have no loyalty, no morals. They lie. They have a victim mentality. They do anything for clout. They do anything for money. So it's like, shit.
it led to an altercation of us going back and forth in the kitchen, to which then I felt attacked because his defense started climbing in on me, which I turned around and grabbed a knife and told them to back the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. I'll kill everybody up in here. Yes, I did say that because I wanted them to know that I was serious about getting the fuck away from me.
Nah, girl, you a straight fucking lie. First, you said that you escaped, but you got kicked out. She said that she came back in to get her stuff. Somebody came downstairs to try to so-called convince her to stay. Gazi came down after him and was like mad, you know, calling her out on her shit. Now she's saying she got mad. This is when she got angry because she was having an altercation with Gazi in the kitchen or some shit like that. Even though he told her that he don't fuck with her and he want her to get the fuck out, and he was asking his people to find her somewhere else to stay. But because she's so in her emotions, and I also believe you know why you got kicked the fuck out, so she gonna pull out a knife. So that also let me know that Gazi was telling the fucking truth when he said that he was trying to show the video. Gazi, please get you a good lawyer so they could cut through all this bullshit. Please get you a good lawyer, because this is some fuck shit. And do people really believe this shit? Like, do people really believe this? Because
when that happens, they then grab me. About 3-4 defense people grab me, drag me out of the house. Yes, I did punch a hole in the wall, trying to get out of these niggas' grasp, trying to get away.
No, because you was out of fucking control. She taking absolutely no accountability. This shit is so frustrating. I ain't never seen this many people be delusional in my life. It really is a whole pandemic of this shit right now. No, you punch a hole in the wall because you don't have no self-control and you own some fuck shit and you got called out on your shit and you couldn't take it. So instead of just being a grown-ass woman and being like, all right, y'all caught me on some fuck shit, let me just go ahead and go because I already hurt you, because I believe that she emotionally hurt him, betrayed him in some type of way. But no, instead, you're going to pull out a knife and punch a hole in the wall. And now motherfuckers is using your video as a defense against Gazi when you clearly got issues. Okay? I'm telling you, man. And dealing with people like this is crazy, because when you're dealing with narcs, you get to a point that you go off on their ass. And this is what they do. They will project shit on you, just like this woman is right here. This is exactly what they would do. Like, you finally had enough of their shit and you go the fuck off. And they will still, this woman on punch a hole in the wall, pull a knife out on him, but she's still acting like the victim. You deserve to get your ass whooped. But nah, they just hold you back and kick you out the fucking house, as he should, as he has the right to. I mean,
And then they proceed to not only drag me out of the house, but drag me to the driveway.
Yeah.
To which then, guys,
what do you expect? You pulled out a knife. You lucky you didn't get fucked up worse. You punching holes in the wall. You pull out a knife on somebody. And you know, this is what really fucked me up, is because I understand, like, if you're in the heat of the moment, you might not be able to take accountability right then and there. But nah, she had time to sit here and think about it, and she hasn't yet take no accountability or looked at herself like, how did she contribute to this? She didn't even say, yeah, I punch a hole in the wall. because I was upset. I shouldn't have did that. Nah, she said, I punch a hole in the wall to get away from them. You full of shit, man. You full of shit.
Was in charge of got them in charge of gathering my clothes and packing up all my stuff, even though they still had a lot of my stuff in the house. And they proceeded to...
I don't even believe that, to be real with you.
Throw my stuff outside, and I proceeded to go down to the end of the driveway, call an Uber, and go to a Greyhound to escape.
No, bitch. It wasn't to escape. Don't do that. This girl is crazy. People know her in real life. Just go ask people. Go ask her friends and family. I guarantee you, they gonna tell you. They gonna tell you. See, this is the problem. Gazi was trying to help very troubled people. People that may have been dealing with homelessness, people who their family disowned them and kicked them out and stuff like that. Like, he trying to open his doors up to people like that has dealt with a lot of trauma. And I understand his heart, but now look at it. All these people is now turning against him. And I guarantee you, Gazi was kind to these people, because in all of their stories, Gazi gave them a place to stay. He fed them, and he been fair. He been fair with them. He offered to find somewhere for you to live. And you pull out a knife and they kick you out, and you still gonna have the audacity to talk about you escape like you some type of victim? That's insane to me.
This was really fucked up. Because I punched a hole in the wall, I had blood all over my hands. I had blood all over myself. It was not a good scene. I looked like...
I mean, I'm at least thankful she didn't blame it on them. I'm at least thankful for that.
A battered woman. Like my Uber driver was very like...
Yeah, but you fucked yourself up. You punch a hole in the wall, and that's why you bleeding. This girl is crazy, yo. Yo, I'm telling you. This the type of girl, boy, you fuck with her, she get you fucked up. She gonna get you messed up.
Scared, like, for me. He wanted me to call the police, but I didn't. It wasn't a good scene. I proceeded to then get down to my cousins, thankfully. And while I'm staying there, Gazi calls me, begging me to come back. Did I want to come back? No.
I don't believe that either. And I bet you don't even have no evidence. Like, none of these motherfuckers, they just saying shit. I don't believe that. He probably called her to ask her some questions. And with him being a counselor, he probably called her emotionally, like, yo, why did you betray me? Why did you do me like this?
No, I was totally done with the organization, and everything gets done to all the people that I've known. But I knew I needed to come back to save people. And I needed to come back to help, to make sure that I wasn't the only one that saw the side of Gazi. And
you full of shit, girl. And why these motherfuckers always want to be so-called heroes? Don't she sound a lot like Nateri? What type of complex is this? Like, it should be given a name. Cause this shit is crazy.
To allow this shit to keep going on. So I decided to take Gazi's a little bait that he put out trying to get me back. And I told him, yeah, I'll come back. And I did. They paid for me to come back. They paid all expenses for me to come back, because I wasn't finna pay. I didn't have any money to come back. I had spent all my money escaping. Like, if you want me back, you're gonna pay to have me back. And he did. And I got to North Carolina. I was cool with being in North Carolina because the North Carolina chapter is where I had first moved to this year. That was my first stop before I moved to Colorado. They are a good chapter that do actual work on the ground, and I was excited to be back with them. When I got there, literally not even a day into being there, we had to go to ATL, which I believe that this was Gazi's plan all along. But as soon as I got there, we had to go to the ATL house. So from escaping, I'm right back into the house, even though I thought I was staying in North Carolina and not ATL. When we got to ATL, Gazi goes full mask off in front of everybody, especially the North Carolina chapter. A lot of them hadn't seen Gazi like that, and they was like, yep, this is a cult. You know, they saw like what I had been.
Nah, and this is so fucked up, and it's not fair. Obviously, when Gazi got to ATL, a lot of things has happened. So they probably seen him stressed out. They probably seen him hurt. Like, he went through a lot, but I don't think that he was abusive. I think that he really cared about people. He really gave a lot. And I felt like he got used and played and backstabbed a whole lot of times. So there might have been moments where he blew up or he got upset or angry or something like that. But I don't feel like it was a control and manipulation thing. I feel like it was an emotional thing. Because I'm seeing that he was surrounded by demons. So he probably felt alone. He probably felt used. That's why I'm saying he was way more dedicated than anybody was dedicated to him. And that's how he in the situation.
Insane, like, and having to escape that situation was very delicate because Gazi was in very much lockdown of the org mode. Like, we were in lockdown mode, and he didn't take his eyes off of nobody. Like, you had to really plan your escape, like, and that's what
I mean, he probably was picking up on this fraudulent ass energy around him. So yeah, he probably did get paranoid. He should have just really left all this shit and be like, yo, I don't trust none of y'all motherfuckers. Shit is looking weird around here. I'm just finna go duck off for a little while. But you know, the way that they train the leader, because you know, when we see leaders in movies and stuff like that, they can't never leave their team. They have to be the most dedicated. They have to do the most work. They have to do all of this. It doesn't matter if people are trying to backstab them. Like, they put themselves last. Leaders are trained to put themselves last.
I had to do, essentially plan my escape and run in the middle of the night in a rainstorm for my life. Like, running for my life. It wasn't great. Bitch. And
you was such a fraudulent ass motherfucker. Wow. This girl, boy, you could see through her like water.
People ask the question, why you stay? Why do people stay in an organization like that with someone as crazy as Gazi?
You haven't even explained how he was crazy. Nobody gave anything that was concrete. There's no video. When people talk about his so-called outbursts, they not detailed. It's not the same as when we hear somebody like Velvet go over the abuse with Eligio. It's not the same. Like, she don't show no emotion because she's full of shit, and she making herself look like a victim that she's not. I don't think that she's a victim at all, and I don't think she was ever running from her life?
Because it was laid out to us that, you know, Gazi was commander-in-chief, but they weren't the only leadership in Black Hammer. There was actual people in the organization, in the ICC, that was doing amazing work, real work on the ground.
Oh, yeah. So what, you got paid to redirect Gazi followers to some fake ass agents as motherfuckers? Yeah, okay, girl, I see you. And I seen a lot of them doing this too. A lot of them was trying to make it seem like the organizations that Gazi was going against, they was actually good people. You see that? But she want to be a hero though. She say she care about people. She want to save people. But look at what she doing.
Touching the masses. We were an actual international org. And it kills me every day to know that we could have had revolution in my lifetime. And Gazi, instead of giving that power to the poor and colonized working class.
Nah, bitch. You wanted to have a revolution, then if you wanted that so bad, Gazi ain't the reason why you didn't create it. You should have went out there with that other organization that you believe so much in now. But you full of shit. You don't want revolution. You feel bad about some bullshit, but you don't feel bad about telling all these lies.
He took it for himself and took it for his own greed and for his own ego.
Prove it. Prove it. Prove it.
To feed, so he could stunt on whoever he has.
He ain't never stunted. I ain't never seen Gazi stunted. There was times that he dealt with homelessness, trying to care for other people. Now, there was a time back in the day where, before he became a revolutionary, he was making a lot of money being, I don't know, a model or a designer or something like that. But he said that he gave that up. He gave that up for this, because even though he was making all that money, he wasn't happy because he was able to see the injustice or the injustice in the system. So these people are lying and they don't have no proof, but they false ass words.
Hurt him and all of this shit. But at the end of the day, Gazi has groomed and hijacked this organization that was supposed to liberate our people, that had thousands of people in it, for himself. Like, and it hurts every day. And I'm just glad that, you know, everybody is waking up. And for the people who are still.
So this is after he got arrested. You a bitch. And you know what? You deserve that karma that you're going to get. Because, see, motherfuckers, when they see you down, bitch, when they see you down, boy, that's when they come out the darkness, and they got so much to say. They got so much to say now. These people just some haters, and these are all the people that was plotting against him. You probably went back because you turned into a fucking informant. You took some money or some shit. That's probably why you went back. And it probably wasn't even Gazi who asked you. You probably asked. This is disgusting, bro. It really is.
I want to say, like, revolution does not end and begin with God. That's not, even if
I was the chief of membership for Black Hammer, then I was the chief of SciTech, and I just want to lay out, you know, in the statement we talked about how Black Hammer descended into a cult, and And I want to talk about how badly it's gotten under Augustus's maniacal cult of personality. So I think that being in physical proximity to it, you're able to see how Gazi or Augustus, he breaks people down. He either chooses people for leadership positions who are willing to be cruel off rip, or he breaks them down into nothing and then grooms them. And although there were certainly red flags, and looking back, hindsight 2020, I can see very clearly all the signs.
With this female, I believe that she was convinced by gossip. Like her point of view was changed by gossip. That's what I feel like happened with her. Like she didn't always feel this way, but people had came along and was like, you remember when Gazi yelled at one time? Yeah, that's what cult leaders do. And no, she ate that shit up.
It was difficult for me personally to see that until being in physical proximity. So I and my roommates Gabby, Evelyn, and Savvy, as well as Rohan and Benjamin, who I'll get to later, Oju, Benjamin, we went to Atlanta for what was supposed to be just a trip, a visit.
I'm also hearing that she's going to be one of the people that feel the most guilty. I guess it's just the way that her energy is set up. She going to feel the most guilty.
And when we got there, I saw people who were being starved out. They were being sleep deprived. They were patrolled by armed guards 24/7, so you can't leave.
I don't believe that either. I believe that maybe it was a shortage of food because it was a shortage of donations or income or whatever like that. But it's not the same as a Leo. I feel like these are people who came together and they kind of like struggled together. There's a lot of times I came across people who they've been kind of like on their own all their life. Like I met this one girl, she was a Capricorn, and she took in all these strangers and a dog and shit just to have a sense of family. And they struggled together. One of the people that she took in was a girl that her dad was abusive towards her. And these are broken people. You get what I'm saying? Like they're going to put you through some shit because they broken themselves. And I feel like Gazi was in a situation that he was committed to the cause. And even though he was dealing with like broken people, he was still trying to help them. And he struggled with them. But I don't believe that it was the way that these people here are trying to make it seem. Because it's just really strange that now all of a sudden people have so much to say.
We found out after
and there's no real evidence. There's no real proof. And that's the fucked up thing about it.
Left that Gazi choked someone out and pulled a gun on them. Regular physical attacks, pushing, throwing items at, come to find out he's also sexually assaulting people. It's really Jonestown. The vibe of it is very hive mind. You can't even tell who's actually brainwashed because, you know, I got this sense that even...
You see what she said? She said, come to find out. Let's rewind that.
Out he's also sexually assaulting people, attacks, pushing, throwing items at, come to find out he's also
Told you. This girl heard rumors. She said, come to find out that he was sexually assaulting people. And it's really because in the news, they only quickly said that he so-called sexually sodomized somebody. But it was only like one time that they mentioned that. So they must be trying to build a case on that, but they don't have nothing concrete because it's not true. So this girl right here, she's just talking about rumors. Come to find out. So what you found out afterwards, after people was talking about some shit? Nah, and I do believe that it was fights, but you know, when you're dealing with broken people, it's going to be fights. I mean, go to a homeless shelter. Go to a homeless shelter and see how dysfunctional that shit is. Girl, stop.
Sexually assaulting people. It's really Jonestown. The vibe of it is very hive mind. You can't even tell who's actually brainwashed.
It's not Jonestown, yo. Damn, bruh. It's not Jonestown. Damn.
Because, you know, I got the sense that even someone who did know that they were in a cult tacitly knows they can't say anything, or they're getting turned on, that they're going to have guns pulled on them. There is a ditch that the defense shows you in the back of the house to let you know, basically, we could dump your body. Upon obviously observing all of this, I and Gabby only stayed a day and a half.
She only been there for a day and a half, and she going by rumors that she heard. She gonna be fucked up with this guilt that she gonna be feeling. She gonna be fucked up. Watch. There's gonna be one of the motherfuckers that's gonna be on drugs or something to hide from the guilt. Look at her face right now. These people are full of shit. This thing is a whole setup. And I could tell that Gazi is actually a good person, because it's really hard for them to find any real evidence. This girl only been around here for like a day and a half, and she going by rumors, but she started out talking like she been there for a minute. Like she really know this shit. Wow. Everything that she talking about could be a rumor, even that so-called ditch in the back.
I made up a lie about a family emergency, took Gabby, dipped, drove her 70 hours out, told her we were in a cult.
And you know what's fucked up? It's probably the people who was telling her these rumors is the people that's talking in these videos now, because they was all there to set him up. I guarantee you that Gazi was feeling that shit. I guarantee you.
Then we got Evelyn out through making a lie about her family emergency. Then Savvy busted out a second time herself, and we helped her to escape. So we're on the run for a while.
Oh, makes sense. She talking about the girl that was talking before her. You see that? You see that? So this is what happened. Her and that girl was up there pillow talking. This girl is still mad probably about the first time that he kicked her out, and she's there setting him up now because she's spiteful like that. So she up here spreading rumors in the organization. That's probably why Gazi kicked her out the first time. So she reached this girl, pillow talking to her, and be like, you know, I already had to escape once. Like, this really is a cult. And, you know, feeding her all this bullshit. But the fact that she making this video like she know what the fuck she talking about. But she been talking to that girl before her. And watch they asses fall out. Because that girl that talked before her, you can't trust her. She probably don't have no friends.
Not super relevant to this, but after.
Nah, it's relevant because, you know, you just fucking told on yourself. You went there, now you running with rumors and you talking like you really know. But you are setting somebody up that is innocent, and that's going to fuck you up. Because she probably going to end up finding out that Gazi is innocent by dealing with that girl and going through experiences with that girl and seeing how fucked up she is and being like, oh my God, you lie on me, you probably lied on Gazi too.
After we did escape, you know, while we were there, we knew that they were calling ICE on people, calling the pigs on people, calling feds on people.
For the 1 or 2 days that you was there, is that some shit that you heard or you actually witnessed it?
Then once they realized, so at this point we're working to extract people, right? And once they realized,
oh, okay, so she got with that other girl, let that girl spread rumors in your face. Now she gonna build a whole side mission of taking down Gazi because of some rumors that you heard. Fake ass motherfucker.
That I am out.
And I bet you they was sneaky with this shit. I bet you none of them was up front. Like, Gazi, I heard that you doing this, you doing that. Nah, they started moving sneakily around him, because in their mind, they already see him. Somebody gave them a perception of him. So they filtering him through that. So now they building a whole side mission to take him down off of a fucking rumor.
And that Gabby is out. They steal Gabby's car. They threaten to shoot Gabby in the head if she comes to get her car.
Wow.
And
that girl Gabby, that must be the girl before. She crazy. She crazy because in Gabby's story, she didn't even say all of this. But this is what she told you. See? You a dumbass bitch. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt when you find out. She looked young, so you know it happens. But when you get innocent blood on your hands, that's gonna fuck you up. She can't handle that. She can't handle that, but that's what she's doing right now.
They also make up this whole thing about Rohan, and us abusing Rohan. And so this is not something I would normally say. It's not something I think you should brag about. I think it's really fucked up. But to contextualize how ridiculous the allegations are, I do feel the need to point out Rohan is someone that we invited into our house off the literal street. We combed lice out of his hair.
So you talking about the dude who was walking up at the protest? Is that who, the one who stole the necklace? So you gonna take up for the dude that stole the necklace and the watch after the people had ran up in the place? All of these motherfuckers are informants. These motherfuckers is telling on themselves, because it's really interesting how connected the people that is now talking against him is. It's real interesting. They so connected, the people that is now talking against him. Now, what we seen with Eligio, that even when the members wasn't connected, when you heard their stories, you could still make correlations because the abuse was consistent. But you can't do that here.
Nursed him back from malnutrition, gave him a place to stay rent-free, which is totally fine. But, you know, less fine is that Evelyn waited on him hand and foot. Really cooked him every meal he ate. She would carry him to him from the bathroom. Yeah, so now the story that Rohan has come up with is that we abused him. Their Black Hammer is using pictures he has of his bruises on his arms to say that Gabby beat him. When in reality, he beats on himself when he has these seizures, which we were nursing him through 10, 20, 30.
Wait a minute. So who the fuck is Rohan? I don't know. Maybe that's not the same person. I don't know about that.
Them a day. At our own mental, emotional, financial expense, especially Evelyn's. Again, this is not something I would ever air out of respect for him, had he not decided to levy abuse allegations against the three of us that housed him and cared for him, asking nothing in return except for, you know, our comrade and being our comrade in arms in what we thought was a revolutionary struggle. Notably, the anti-Africanism, the anti-African womanism, and the colorism is there. They chose the darkest person, who is a queer African woman, to pin the main allegation of abuse on. Out of everyone in the house, Gabby spent the least amount of time with Rohan. Even though I was at the lab, 10 hours a day, I spent more time with Rohan than Gabby. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's not about that. They have to demonize everyone who leaves, because that is a hallmark of a cult. And otherwise...
No, I haven't seen that though. I have not seen that. I really have not seen Gazi demonize members that had left.
The question would remain, why is everybody leaving this so-called revolutionary organization? It's the same reason that they demonize Abdius, who is not a pedophile whatsoever. ARC, they just made it up because he left, because he no longer wanted to tolerate the abuse from Augustus. Same reason that they labeled Danielle and John and everyone who left in that wave of people.
She gonna feel fucked up.
Exiting to stand for God's story comes out.
Because you know, by her just telling her story, she know that Gazi is around broken people. So that's why, you know, and I'm tired of hearing that, because people be like, well, if you so this, then why people leave and da da da. It's not always the person. It's not always the person. And you could see that with any organization. People will leave and come and go because some people, they ain't built for it. But when I say not built for it, I'm not even talking militant. I'm talking about selflessness. That's what I'm talking about. Doing something that not just for the benefit of them, but for the benefit of everybody. All of these people that talk so far, they got their feelings hurt. But I believe that they was called out on some real shit. So now they want to blame everything on Gazi because they feel some type of way. But when I listened to their stories, I could tell how they was also accountable for what happened. So, I mean, and you can't expect people, because that's like, some people, they so selfish. The only way they're going to stay around is if they getting something out of it. You know, like getting some form of attention, some form of notoriety. Like that girl said that I think it's the Gabby girl, but she said that she came back because they paid her, not because she wanted to help people, not because she wanted to be a so-called hero. It's because they paid her. I think that's a lie, but the fact that she used that lie says a lot.
Very obviously fake. They're screenshots which are very obviously manipulated to say that they're evidence for something that they're very clearly not. I do want to also say they also doxed us on Twitter. They put our picture of our house on Twitter and our address. They slashed my tires, which was, you know, kind of lame. It's like what Becky does when Chad cheats on her. They also threatened to send Proud Boys to our house, which, let me just say right now, I would Google Stand Your Ground North Carolina law.
I really want to know, is she sure that it was Gazi? Because I do feel like people was doing things and blaming it on Gazi. But I guarantee you that she don't have no real confirmation. Somebody slash her tires and she be like, oh, that must be Gazi and stuff like that. But she getting set up. Her mind was influenced. Somebody got into her ear and changed her outlook.
Before you send anyone to my house. Really incompetent does not mean they're deeply dangerous. I mean, they're calling ICE. Happened. It is for the play and to justice. And at his stalled the anti-colonial ego rather than peace. Act is deeply in this. As I feel, I may have still until over